Hey, good evening, everybody. It's me, Big Bill, coming to you live from Model Railroading Live, the number one model railroading show in the world, if not on YouTube. I can say that. Anybody can claim it. But just want to say hello to Hillbilly Railroad. Dwight at Northern Star, how are you? Lynn McCurdy, greetings from California in the High Desert Module Railroad Club. Hello, Lynn. How are you tonight? Dwight, Hillbilly. Hope you guys are all right. Hanging in there. Doing what you're doing. Tonight is April 14th, 2021. It's 9:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here in New York City. We're broadcasting live from the greatest city in the world, New York City, that is. And hey, good to hear you doing great, Len. Tell me a little bit about your Desert Module Model California and the High Desert Module Model Railroad Club. How many members you got there? I'll wait. I got all night. I'm retired. I ain't going anywhere. So take your time. Don't rush the typing because we don't want misspells. William A., good evening. Hey, Dwight of Northern Stars was cleaning very dirty track from all winter. 25. Mystic Southern Railways. Hey, Big Bill and everybody. Hello to you. Yeah, Lynn, you can tell I have too much time on my hands. Tonight's show is going to be a little bit different. Brad Anderson, Model Railroad Down Under. Good day, Bill and all. Yes, hello, Brad. How are you? Jerry, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. I hope your work day was good today, Jerry. Brad Anderson, it's in the, it's 9 o'clock here. So what is it, about lunch, 11, 12 tomorrow there? And Ralph Renzetti joins us. Hey, this is where he found out this is where all the cool kids were hanging out. Human City Junction. Hello, Heath. Women and men, youngest 18, oldest 80 at your club. Wow, hello. Heath, everyone's saying hello to you. GRE 2057, good evening. How are you tonight? I think we said hello to Mystic Southern Railway. Did we? If I didn't, I do apologize for not saying hello to you earlier. But hello to you. Who's Big Bill talking to tonight? Well, that's good. I'm just waiting for everybody to join in and everybody to say hello to everybody. Oh, I got to get it back for this chair. Hey, Dwight says, hey, Heath from the 14th floor. Heath, Dwight of Northern Star was cleaning his railroad track today from over the winter. Was cleaning it. Did anybody see the, what's his name? The track cleaning episode. Oh, who's that guy? We had him on. Yeah, Brad Anderson says Model Railroad Down Under. 11 a.m. tomorrow. Almost lunch unless you're Marty Jenkins. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. Ken Amos Jr., BNO 51 _ 51. Hey, Bill. Hey, Ken. How are you? What was his? What's that guy's name from Australia? The guy. Oh, Jerry Fishplate. Yes, Fishplate. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, Jerry. Fishplate did a thing on track cleaning it last year using Noxit and CRC. He said that's the only thing you need. Sounded pretty good. I used his Noxit. Knox, I think it was, on my track. And I have to say that it has been dusty, but I just spray a little of that Knox on a rag and just run it across the rails. And I've had no problems. Yeah, did you watch both when he says you don't have to clean the wheels? I did too. Ken Amos says hello to Heath again, LOL. And CRC 226. Yes. Yes, very true. So where are we? Well, this is Model Railroading Live. This is Who's Big Bill talking to tonight. And just to give you guys a heads up, next I'm looking over, I'm speaking over to my calendar. The Knox, where did I have it? I bought it. There's a distributor, Jerry, in California, down in West Virginia, I think, and they'll sell it. You just got to look it up and look for the American distributor, and they sell it. Michael Heidel. Hi, I'm working on my L station on my shelf above my layout tonight. Grandpa Rails Act 606. Yeah, you could get it that way, Jerry. Just look up. Hold on. Let me get it. So this way we know what we're talking about. Okay, I got to take my headphones off. Well, as usual, I can't find it, but it's around. It's Nox, I think. XNOX. Knox. I don't know where it is. Let's see what's going on in my chat here. See what's going on as I get straightened out. Yeah, next week on the 22nd is when our good friend and director producer of this show, John, will have Johnny's Train Talk show. I'm surprised that most of you guys don't get on with him. If you have a camera and an internet, you should. You really should. You really should. You should, actually. I believe you should. I'm not saying you have to, but I think you'd enjoy it. Get a chance to talk about railroads. Sometimes we talk about other things, but John keeps it on track. But next, the 22nd, he'll be doing Johnny's Train Talk show, which is going to be broadcasting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All shows on Model Railroading Live on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you guys should tune. You guys should join them in. You really should, honestly. I think you'd have a lot of fun. So, who everybody's in? Well, tonight's guest, believe it or not, is is you guys. You guys are the guest. You guys are the guests, because I'm going to ask you some questions. And I need for you to be as honest as possible. And it has to do with MRL. If you guys are listening, touch of the brush, model weathering. Hey, what's up there? How you doing? Hey, you guys. I know I'm rambling because I'm listening to the thing here. John Arthur. Hey, John. How's everyone doing? Like I said, tonight's show is who's Big Bill talking to? Big Bill's talking to you. I'm talking to the guys in the community, the women in the community. What I'd like to do and what I'd like to ask you is what has MRL, model railroading, has it in some way influenced you? Has it influenced your modeling? Do you think it's beneficial? You think the shows that we're doing are good, bad, indifferent, poor? What would you like to see? What would you like to see? How would you like to see it? Less talking, more action? Stuff like that. So let's get on with it. How has model railroading impacted your modeling life? That's a straightforward question. Has it helped? Have we helped? I'll wait. Lynn McCurdy says yes with triple exclamation marks. It has. Yes, overwhelming. That's one. So that means we're doing pretty good. I've enjoyed the tips on weathering Mystic Southern Railway. Well, that's good. Good. Mystic, do you think we could do more weathering? Would you like to see more weathering? I'm only asking because we're trying, we want to be relevant. If that everybody wants to be relevant these days. Hey, late night model railroading. Good evening, model railroads. Good evening to you, late night. Yeah, late night. What we're doing here tonight is who's Big Bill talking to? Is I'm talking to you guys at the community, and I'm just asking some basic questions, an improvement of MRL. We have some ideas on some shows that we want to do that we're kicking around, and we wanted to get some idea of what you guys out there would like to see. Uh, Lynn McCurdy says, I've met some amazing people through your site and others as well. Yes, well, thank you. Hillbilly Railroad says, oh, my goodness, yes. I have seen and learned so much from landscaping to wire the building tracks, from wiring the buildings, track, and everything. Well, yes, thank you, Hillbilly. Thank you. A touch of brothering. Say that fast 4 times. Touch of the brush model weathering would say, I'd like to see scenery and operating sessions types of videos. Yeah, that's something we could do. Grandpa Rails, Bill, I've been watching since the very first show. So yes, you have been impacted. It helps always enjoy the guest, William A says. It has helped since its inception. Okay. Late night model railroading would like to see industrial concrete brick structures building. Lynn McCurdy, because I knew Dirt Spot 7 and found you, then met and now friends with Tina Marie because of your show. Same with Human City Junction. Yes, yes. John Arthur says, I've always enjoyed the interviews, and I think my favorite series was the piece with the guys and doing the small layouts. Yes, that Tommy K and that was a very good one. Yes, it was. Those are the kind of things we want to continue doing. We're thinking, Human City Junction says, it's hard to put into words what I got from MRL. You have created a space for sharing information that has been really great. Yes, thank you for that. We're trying to create a space for sharing. And but also what we're going to be, one of the ideas that we are thinking about is having the track planner William Baronic on, and William has asked if he's going to do a series, or we're kicking the idea around. Basically, the show we're thinking of is what is the track planner working on, but a little different than what he's working on. Sort of like an how-to of how you guys, if you're planning a layout or want to plan a layout or thinking about planning a layout, uh, working on that kind of topic. And then the sister show to that would be the building of, well, Bill Baronic would do a show. I want to go back. I don't want to go too fast here. Just trying to get your idea on how we're going to do this. Bill Baronic wants to do a show on what's the track planner working on. And it basically is a show. It would be a half-hour show live with Q&A where he would show he'd be working on something and how to plan a layout and what are the pitfalls when you get into planning. Because you know the deal with all of us. We want to plan that mega layout, but we always run into that tight space of what's going on and what's happening. But he that's what he wants to try and do. And we're kicking that idea around in the next couple of weeks. And the sister Dwight and Northern Stars. I miss some of the old guys who were here years ago, but the new ones have done well. Well, thank you for that. And I too miss the old model man Mike. I've been in touch with him. I recently left him a voicemail. He texted me back, said he'll get back to me and keep me updated on what's going on with him in his life and his family. Late Night Model Railroad says, yeah, small layouts is a hot topic. I'm creating them myself. Always nice to see new tips for making the most of a small space. Absolutely. I agree with you, Late Night. I agree with you. And that's one of the things we're trying to do. One of the other things, the sister companion to that thing would be tips, tools, and the trade of building a layout. What tools you would need? I know it. You know, when this idea was pitched to me, I thought it was too simple. You know, I really thought it was too simple. Excuse me, I got to get a drink. Oh, you can't put scotch in a Snapple bottle. Oh, baby. Anyway, where was I? Oh, when this idea was pitched to me, I thought it was. Why am I yelling? Why? I sound like. Oh my goodness gracious. Anyway, when this idea was pitched to me, I couldn't believe. I thought this was too simple. And the idea that was pitched was tools, trips, and the trade. And tools on what tools you would need to build a layout, whether it's a shelf layout, whether it's a big layout, medium-sized layout, or whatever. And the tools you would need to do it, and basically the wood you would need. I was talking to a gentleman the other day, and he said to me that he was going to be building a new layout. And I said, oh, that's really good. And he said he was going the next couple of days to get some lumber. And I said, oh, what kind of lumber are you getting? And he said 2x4s. And I said 2x4s. I said, why would you want 2x4s? And he goes, well, I need the 2x4s for the strength of the layout. I said, are you parking your car on that layout, or what scale is it? He goes, HO. I said, I don't think you're going to have anything that heavy that's going to make a world of difference. Why don't you go with 1x3s, or if you already have the 2x2s, 2x4s, cut them down and use that. And he was like, no, I got to do it this way because I'm going to sit on the thing to reach over. And when he said reach over, I said, well, if you got to reach over to layout to get to the train, you need to follow our track planning series that we're going to be doing soon. But anyway, the whole sister show would be like, tools, the wood, what to do with the wood, how to use the wood, why you want to use the wood, what kind of wood would you want to use, and the trade. Basically, the trade of building. How to build a square box. And some of us are good carpenters, some of us are good DIY guys, and some of us aren't. Me personally, I'm still looking for the left-handed screwdriver. And then, Late Night Model Railroad says, I tend to use extremely dangerous power tools. I used to too, but not anymore. So, Eric Hall, I would love to stay, love to visit, but I have an operation event to get to. Operations is the channel name. Hey, well, good luck. God bless. Be safe. Be well. All right. Have fun. Have fun. Have fun. One of the good thing Eric Hall came in here, because one of the other things let me get back to, I'm moving too fast. The trade and building and the whole thing, and stuff like that, building a layout, the tools you would need, how you would need it, the tricks and trades, the tricks and the things that you would need to do it. And some of us have come a long way, and the person who I have in mind, is willing to do it. He's the one who pitched the idea to me. So I'm thinking about having him do assisted thing to Bill Baronic's track planning. So we kind of get the software and then the hardware. Eric Hall says, by the way, Mammoth is built with box frame. We'll have video later, so thanks. And no need for 2x4s. I agree. Uh, John Arthur says, building a layout has taken me from an incompetent to a terrible carpenter. You know, so those are some of the things we're doing or planning to do. The other thing is operations. We had Tommy K on, and he talked a lot about operations. Late Night Model Railroad says, but also a hobby woodworker too, so my tools are toys as well. Yeah, that's good to know. Uh, but we're talking, thinking about doing operations, uh, and a series of operations. And I would like to know your feelings on that. Would you like to see more videos and more an introduction into operations from simple to complex, or just operations in general? Because, whenever we get into the black hole of operations, we can go from, some guys like to run their trains around their layout, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing, absolutely nothing wrong. I have nothing. I enjoy running my trains. I have a point to point here. So I enjoy running it, from point to point and back again, just to do it. And stuff like that. Well, anyway, I'm talking too much. So let me hear some of your ideas. Track planning, late night model railroad says late night, track planning for operations would be nice. Then you know how to plan an operating layout. Yes. Yes. Very true. John Arthur, I would definitely watch ops. Suggest showing the various ways they are done, the switching part. Yes. Yes, John. You're absolutely correct. Ralph Renzetti says, Bill, there are many levels of operation. That's true. There are many levels. There's from the very, you know, cards to the simplest, guy prints out a switch list, or you just have a switch list and do it, or just on the whim you do it. I'm just trying to get an idea of where the comfortability level would be. Would it be all right to go from, from very, very simple to very, very complex, and would the complex be too daunting? I know that sometimes chewing gum and walking for me is complex enough, but I'm just trying to gauge an idea because, I keep reiterating this and keep saying this, that we here at Model Railroading Live, we just want to, bring the best content we can to you by bringing interviews of model railroaders out there who are doing some really, good stuff, great stuff, and also some show ideas. You know, uh, Strobe Light Audio says, I'm thinking cantilever, presuming HO and scenery not too heavy. Cantilever, you mean pulling it up and down? I saw something like that the other day on a video. The guy had it on his garage. He pulled it up and down. Starting simple, late night model railroad says starting simple and then build up would still provide a lot of good info, even for people that have done it for a while. Maybe spark some ideas from it. Yes, that's something we could do. Just to throw it out there, anybody, MRL is not an elite group of, we do have a core group of guys that work together, but we also get approached with a lot of show ideas. And recently, I was approached, with a show idea. And when any guy or anybody, women, males, gets in touch with me and says, I have a great idea for a show you guys can do, and they pitch that idea, the guys in the crew will tell you what my response is after I hear your idea. I always say, that is a good idea, and give me a 10-page outline on how you would want to do it. Come up with 4 shows, 4 hour long shows, and then you do the show. Uh, that's not to scare you away. Certainly, it is not. I don't. That's not my intention. I'm not trying to blow your idea off or blow your whatever content that you want to share with us. I'm not. That's not what I'm trying to do. But there's only a limited number of us that are here. So if we took all the ideas that we had and we went to do it, we would be spread thin. We would be spread thin. So when someone comes to us with an idea and says, "Hey, I got this great idea to do this show, and this is how I want to do it, and this is what I think you guys should do," I always say, "Hey, even half-hour shows," Ralph Franzetti says, a half-hour show, whatever it is that you guys want to do, you're more than likely to join us here. More. Happy to have you. Happy to have you. You know, John Arthur, I think a survey of the subject for simple to more complex would work well. That's good. John, I'm writing that down. A survey. We can do that. From easy to hard. Ken Amos, I cut materials for modelers quite often because not everyone has the tools to do so. Oh, wait a minute. I cut materials for modelers quite often because not everyone has the tools to do so. And I have a full shop. I have them help so that they learn, but I do the cutting so no one gets hurt. Great idea. Great idea. Great idea. And Ralph Franzetti says, if you guys will help them develop their idea, which we will. We're not going to just, Dan Cohen is here. Bit late to the party. Sounds like Bill is managing these shows without a guest just fine. Yeah, we are, Dan. What we're doing tonight is the guest is you guys out there. I know that we're not, out, together like on a video stream here. But what I'm asking is what content would you like to see on Model Railroading Live? I talked about one of the ideas was Bill Baronic, the track planner, is approached me with an idea for doing a show on what's the track planner working on, and basically tips and basically working on a plan, simple plan, nothing too elaborate. And the kind of things that we get hung up on if we're planning our own layout, trying to help us through the hurdles of track planning. And the sister segment to that show would be a tools, tips, and the trade, and what kind of lumber to buy, how to build it, what tools would you need if you're a newbie, if you're not a newbie, what you have, what you can get, what's inexpensive to get. That would be the sister show to that. The other thing we're thinking is operations, doing it from the simplest to the most complex in a series of shows. And one of the other ideas is to do a survey on our channel, asking people to what they like, what they don't like, and also that I have brought out to the public. Dwight, at Northern Star, I like that there are a few real train engineers like Tom who can help us understand how things work and operate. Yeah, that's another thing I'd like to do. I'd like to get to some of these engineers and have them come on the show and interview them and ask them questions about operations and about railroad jargon, like what certain things are. What do they mean? Getting back, Split Rock 3-2. I don't know about that. On track planning front, what about a live review critique of plans created by viewers? John Arthur. Yes, that is a good thing. That would be something good to do. That would be absolutely digging into the deep abyss, because if you get 5 model railroaders together, you'll always get 8 different opinions. and stuff like that. But getting back to Dan, the further thing we were thinking about is also I put it out there that you guys out there in the community, if you got an idea for a show and you want to do something along those lines, all you need to do is pitch the idea. But you'd have to be the one to do it. John Arthur, I'll volunteer to go first. Absolutely, John. Absolutely. You could get in touch with me and we could absolutely work on something together and foster the and promote it. We used to do a lot. If you guys go back to YouTube Model Builders in the number one show that we did, well, I didn't do Model Man Mike. Model Man Mike had 10 guests on the first show. 10 guests on the first show. And it was a round robin discussion. And basically what that show was to showcase YouTube model railroaders to showcase their channels. And the only way you could get on YouTube Model Builders was you had to have 500 subscribers or more. Things transpired. We've kind of evolved from that. We no longer do that. We don't. We do promote YouTube channels. We do promote other YouTube modelers who have YouTube channels. We promote them. That's why we have them on this show. But we've gotten away from that, and we've kind of got into a more of a discussion with Big Bill's Johnny's Train Talk show, but also in content of doing things such as weathering, track planning, uh, detailing engines, laying track, ballasting track, simple ways, hard ways, whatever. And we try to present that to the community. But also, what would we want to do is have a participation. Now, Dan Cohen says, I think it would be great, even though you can't all work a layout, you can do the plan, then the tools and build of that layout, then the operations of that layout plan. Absolutely. Absolutely. We could, that's the idea. I'm not at the live show stage of my career, but I think it would be great to have more contributors. Hey, listen, uh, I understand that everybody can't get in front of a camera. I get that. I really, truly do. I really, truly do. And I'm not here to force anybody to do anything that they're uncomfortable doing. I want you guys to be comfortable. But if you have an idea, even if you have an idea, throw it our way. You'll get the credit for it. I ain't going to take it. We ain't going to take it and say it's ours. And if we make $1 million out of it, I guarantee you're good for $20. Okay, that's my promise to you. It's here it's on the video. It's live. It's recorded. So if we make $1 million off your idea, you're good for $20. Uh, you know, and and I would like MRL to collaborate with the other content providers, the other shows, a crossover and stuff like that to make it interesting, to make it more, to have more ideas. This isn't a secret society where we're keeping things to ourselves. This is model railroading. This ain't brain surgery. Trust me when I tell you, nobody's going to die if we give away secrets from the vault. It's not going to happen. But yeah, late night model, woohoo, $20. Uh, you know, I'm not, you're not a live show guy, Dan. I get that. But we're also looking to, you know, if you guys got a great idea, pitch it to us. If any of you think you can put this in front of and we'll help you. It's not like we're not going to help you. It's not we're going to say, okay, you're live in 10 minutes. No, that's not what let me explain this to you. We're not here to put you to put you on the spot. We want to help you and we want to help. I'm being totally honest here. We want to help us too, because your idea helps us because it does, right? You contribute, we contribute, you win, we win. I got to drink some more. Split Rock 323. Model Man Mike is well. He is living in Texas. I left a voicemail just to give you an update on that. He texted me back, said he'll be back in touch with me soon to let me know what's going on with him and his family. And as soon as I get that, I will most definitely pass it along to you guys. Ralph Renzetti makes a good point. He says, I pulled him in kicking and screaming. I wasn't ready to be in front of the camera at all, but he came, and again, it's not like we're going to say to you, okay, give us an idea. Okay, you're going to go on this date, and this date. This is the plan, and leave you to the wolves. Absolutely not. We would never do that to anybody. That's not what this is about. I would definitely be there with you and as a moderator on the show, or one of the guys would be a moderator on the show. And Tommy K, did his thing, and John helped him along, and it worked out really great. Those guys, I just introduced the show and they took off with it. And on those shows, I think John has told me we got like over 1,000 views on them, on those alone. So that was an idea that Tommy K brought to us, and said, hey, I'd like for you guys to do this. Because sometimes, you guys may have a great idea, but you have no way of getting it out there. We're kind of like established and we're there. So use us, But anyway, Johnny B, John Benicki. Yeah, I got that right. Hello, better late than never. Thank you, John. You're absolutely right. We're talking about show ideas and what you guys, the night show, Who's Big Bill Talking To, is me talking to you guys, asking you what you'd like to see on Model Railroading Live. What content you would like to see. What would you like to see more of? What would you like to see less of? What would you like to see less of? What are some of the things that you don't like to see on Model Railroading Live? And please be honest. We like to share, Ralph Renzetti says, in capital letters with an exclamation mark. So that means he's yelling at us. Why are you yelling at us, Ralphie? Just having conversation here. He's trying to make a point. So, so if you guys, so that's a good question. What are some of the things you don't like that we do? Be honest. If it's really bad, I'll blame Ralph or Andy or Robert or Tim. I will. Absolutely, I will. Throw them right under the bus. Anyway. I don't like to see the bottom of the bottle of ground foam, not beverages. Yeah, I hear that, brother. Everything, Bill, and everyone. Ron Bryce, we're still waiting for the Ralph and Andy Rabbit Hole show to air. I have big problems. I can take it. It's okay, Ralph says. Yeah. Well, we had that idea in the works. But life happens because we all have a life here. We all do, even though I'm retired. I'm more busy now than I'm more busy. Is that correct? I am busier now than I was when I was working full time. Split Rock 323 says, I would like to see the names of the guests put on the YouTube thumbnails from previous shows. Yeah, that's been a big complaint of ours. John Benedecki says, I enjoy hearing how people do things. Everyone has a different idea on how to do them. Yes, yeah, that's good. Split Rock, you're absolutely correct. We have found that to be a daunting task. We are trying to sort that out, some sort of an index. Yes. We are John wait, Dan Cohen says, how about a bloopers show? I posed this question many months ago and still waiting. We'd love to do a bloopers show, but we're perfect. We don't have bloopers. Dan, we don't. Every show we do is live, so it's an ultimate blooper. What I could do is get you my video channel, South Brooklyn Railroad, and I can show you my bloopers. But that's something to do. John Arthur says, "Are you going to keep interviewing modelers?" Yes, I am, and I'm going to also try to get industrial leaders in the model railroading hobby. The big names, the big guys, the big girls, the movers, the shakers, those that make things happen. Split Rock 323 says, "Isn't every show a blooper show?" Yes, it is. Yes, it is. There are no outtakes, Ralph Renzetti says. No, we do not. Only when we did a series of pre-recorded stuff that we had to do it over and over and over again. And sometimes me and John do a promo video, and I have to do it over and over and over again. But virtual tours of layouts of the guest is always a plus, William A. Yes, we tried to. I'm going to give you an insight on that. Years ago, we tried to do that years ago with Miles Hale. Miles Hale was going around to do layout showcases of the guys that he knows who are expert master modelers in their own right. But to hook it up and to do it and for them to have the correct Wi-Fi, it was a daunting task, and we had to give up on it. So we're going to see if we can get back to that. Dan Cohen, how about a check-in with previous? Yeah, that's something that I'm working on right now, Dan. I am definitely going back over the old videos and looking at some of the old guests that we had on the show and asking them to come to come back on again and see where they're at. Robert Holman says a blooper show would surely violate our PG to PG-13 ratings restriction. Yes, it would. And since this isn't, for kids over 14, and right now, if you're 14 years old or under, shut the freaking computer off right now, because you're not supposed to be watching this. If you're under 14, all right, shut it off. Not everybody here on the thing, guys. I was talking to the younger adolescents. Touch of brush model. Well, how about a layout tour video, even if they had done virtually? We could get somebody. Yeah, we could do that. That's a good thing. I'm writing that down. Virtual tours. I like that. Virtual layout tours. I'm writing this down so we can kick this around. Once again, you guys are invited to join us. I'm late to the party. Brian Sones. Hello, Brian, from Southern California, San Diego, where it's always sunny and 72. How are you? We're talking about my tonight. I'm talking to you guys tonight. You're the guest of the show. I'm asking you what you like, don't like, what some ideas you have, creative ideas that you'd like to do or like to see. If you'd like to participate and bring something to the channel and be a part of it, we're more than welcome to have you. Nancy, in the spirit of Colorado Railroad and Scala, I know someone you may want to talk to. His name of his channel is DJ's Trains, and he's an engineer for the CSX, and he has some great stuff he can tell you. Absolutely. I know DJ. DJ was part of if you go back to our YouTube Model Builders #1 show 6 years ago, he was one of the first guests on this show. So yeah, we could talk to him. Late night model railroad said my layout tour would take 5 seconds. Come on, you can stretch that into a minute and a half. Dan Cohen, there are already many out there. Just need to find those folks who have done the virtual tours. Yes, we do. We have to find them. We will, and if you guys know of anybody, listen, if you guys have anybody, Nancy here, she came and she said she knew somebody, DJ's Trains. If you know anybody who'd like to be on our show, by all means, please, reach out to me, reach out to them and ask them if they'd be willing to be on Who's Big Bill Talking To. And, forward their information to me. You can reach me at South Brooklyn, right there, or South Brooklyn Railroad at gmail.com. Dan Cohen says DJ trains might be too big for us now. Nah, never, never, never. So, basically that's where we're at. I know you guys had said the survey would help. Yeah, Nancy, how about yourself? The spirit of Colorado Railroad and N Scale. How about you being on Who's Big Bill Talking To? And how about, I'm not putting you on the spot, Nancy. Believe me, I'm not. That's not what I want to do. No, how about not me? Did you see the show last week with Mike and Michelle? She came on. Oh, you got to tend to the baby. Toddler needs attention. Have a great night. Late night. Thank you so much for being a part of this. Thank you so much for your input. Greatly appreciate it. If you have any ideas, if you too want to be on this show, let me know. I'd love to have you on. I'd love to have you on, regardless of your 5-second layout tour. Always interested to talk to people. If any of you guys want to be on Who's Big Bill Talking To, please shoot me an email, South Brooklyn at South Brooklyn Railroad at gmail.com or Bill at modelrailroadinglive.com. Please. Doesn't matter. You don't have a lame layout, Nancy. You do not. You do not. You do not. None of it is lame. It's all good. If you put the effort in the work in it, you're doing a good job. You got something going. Ken Amos Jr., BNO underscore 51, no layout too small or lame, Nancy. He is absolutely correct. Absolutely. Anyway. Oh, I wanted to share this with you. I just got finished. I'm getting hooked on these Craftsman kits. I built this last couple of days. Wait, show this right here. It's for my Bush Terminal harbor scene. Right here. So, pretty good. I like the way it came out. Still got to weather it up, dog, and it's going to be that moves the freight around in the harbor scene here, which we're doing. Oh, that reminds me. I'm not gonna. Dan Cohen says I'm not going to sleep tonight. I'm just going to think about all show ideas all night long. Yes, that's what I want, Dan, and get back to me ASAP. ASAP. I built this. I'm going to give you guys a preview of this. That's the barge, the car float, if you can get it. Right there. And that is the car float. And above it, where the tape measure is the harbor layup tracks on freight trains will be. And that little space right here is going to be a retaining wall that Ralph Renzetti has made for me. And this is the, look at this wire. And in the background, that's where the background there in the corner, that's where the tracks will all come together. And the slope down right over here is where the Y goes into the car float, as you can see. And I want to give a special shout out on this live interview to Bill Baronic for helping redesign that portion of the track, and also to Dave Ramos. Grandpa Rail says, "Good job, Bill. Looks good. Thank you." I want to give Dave Ramos of New York Central. He inspired the harbor idea, and then to Bill Baronic for his track plan that he came up with and helping me form it you see those on the wall. He helped redesign it as he did with this entire layout. He designed it. It's part of it. And then especially to Ralph Renzetti. I want to give a special shout out to Ralph Renzetti because Ralph helped with the retaining walls, uh, came up with the idea for the retaining walls. And anytime I got stuck on, I just recently got to share this with you. This open space back here, I didn't know what to do with it that comes down from here and this space here. And I sent an email to Ralph, and Ralph immediately came back with a response email and said, this is what I would do in this situation, and came up with a fantastic idea. And anytime I got stuck with this thing, in any kind of situation, mechanical wise, track wise, he was always go to. And also to our faithful viewer who comes on every night on the after show, Tom. Tom always has infinite wisdom on how things run and stuff like that. And he's been inspirational and inspiring. But I want to thank those guys, Bill Baronic, Miles Hale, too, for his input, Ralph Renzetti, Tom, Andy, Robert, Tim, all you guys really doing a great job helping me with this harbor scene and stuff. So Dwight Northern Star says, how about a show about how New York subway operator does his job? Do I know anyone? Let me think about that. No, I don't. I don't. Yeah, I do. Does John, does Bill have a YouTube channel, The Track Planner? No idea how to spell his name. Bill Baronic. No, John, he does not have a channel, YouTube channel, but if you want to reach out to him, it's trackplanet.com. Tell him I sent you, and you probably, won't get any response. No, you will. The beauty of the Bill Baronic is that you can ask him 75. If you guys are out there and you're planning your own layout, you're doing your own track plan, and you get stuck, you can go to Bill Baronic. Excuse me while I get this dust out of my eye. You can go to Bill Baronic. You can ask him 75 questions. If you have 70, the 76th question is that's when he starts charging. But if you go to him with a plan and share your plan with him, he definitely will help you without charging you. I'm telling you the God's honest truth. He would absolutely do that for you. Split Rock 323 says, wait, there's an after show? Yes, there is. It's on whereby.com, WHEREBY.com/Model Railroading Live. There it is. I said it. It comes on the screen right there. You guys can go after this show on to that show, and it's free. Free, I tell you. Free of charge. We charge nothing for that. Let's see. The idea of subway motorman, subway operator, that would be a good show. I have a couple of guys that are begging me to come on and want to do a show about the job, the TA, working for the Transit Authority, a retired conductor and a retired motorman, as well as myself. So we might have them on. And did I miss any questions on my ranting and raving? Let's see. I'm trying to see here if I did, so I don't want to miss anything. And especially, no, I didn't. I know we're getting late into the evening, late into the hour here, and we're almost finished. But what I especially what I'd like to do is thank all of you viewers out there for being a part of this show and for supporting Model Railroading Live. because without you, we're just talking to dead air. So greatly appreciate you guys out there. Greatly appreciate you guys taking the time out of a busy schedule. I know you have families, and you got to give time to the families and stuff like that. And you take time out to come and sit and watch this guy ramble on and try to do what he does, and the other guys, Andy, Ralph, John, Tim, Robert, Harry, all of us out there trying for all of us to put good content out there for you guys and to make it enjoyable and entertaining and knowledgeable. So thank you very much for tuning in every week and stuff like this. And we greatly appreciate your support. We greatly appreciate your patronage and just being a part of it. And spread the word. Tell other model railroaders about us and let them know that we're here and we, have something to offer. Because the original idea of this was to offer content free of charge. Don't pay for it. Just share it. And we all share. It's like I said earlier, it's not rocket science. And stuff like that. So we definitely appreciate you guys and thank you very much. John Banicki says you need to have Don G from the Nearly Historical Railroad on. Go back. We've had Don D and Don G Sr. on, and we're going to have to get them back because they're doing some tremendous work on their layout, the Nearly Historical layout. And Scott has been seen. Scott has definitely been seen around there. So let's see. It's 9:57 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We was supposed to have Lionel Strain on also with Sir Rod Stewart. I know every time. But we just get so wrapped up in our conversations that we just lose the time. We really do, and those guys are pretty important. Yes, please do go search through it. And that's a good idea of putting the names on there in the thing of who's on the guest. Anybody who suggested that idea, if you want to volunteer to do it, we'd be more than happy to have you. So again, we're coming close to the hour. My throat's getting hurt and it's tough talking for an hour, but I can talk for we can make it a marathon. But Nancy, in the spirit of Colorado Railroad Denskeller, she says, I love this show, Bill. Well, thank you, Nancy. I greatly appreciate that. I really do. Again, if there's any ideas, anything at all that you guys want to see on our Dan Cohen, Michael Gross, he loves to talk railroads. Absolutely. Trying to reach out to him as we speak as well. But again, just to reiterate, if you guys have anything, please send us an email at bill@modelrailroadinglive.com with any ideas. If you yourself have an idea and you want to pitch it to me, Brian Soanes did, and hopefully he'll be working on something for us. And I know that all you guys aren't about being in front of the camera and the whole 9 yards. I get that. But we definitely will help you along with that. And if there's anything you'd like to see, please let us know. We really want to improve our content and we want to improve our show. And we want to bring you only the best of model railroading because we are the #1 model railroading show in the world, if not the universe. So why not bring you the best? That's what we want to do. So I want to... Oh, we have a new comment. Let's see. Model Railroading Live, pictures and videos. Yes, you guys can go to our Facebook page and, if you do, you on our Facebook page, Model Railroading Live, you can submit a photograph of your layout and videos of your layout, and we'll put them on our front page. We'll put them on our opening page and give you credit for it. Absolutely give you credit. And you can check us out on Facebook because most sometimes we post events that we're going to have on there and what we're going to do. Hey, and before I forget, and I should have led off with this, congratulations to Gordy Robinson for becoming the president of the NMRA. He won the election, and I should have led off with that, and it just came to my pea brain now. Gordy, congratulations, brother. Congratulations on becoming the president of the NMRA, brother. New things in sight, new additions, new thinking, new ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you, brother. All the best. And if you need any help from Model Railroading Live, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy. With that said, we're going to end this show. I want to thank John Mitchell for being the bestest producer and bestest director in the whole wide world, that he keeps this going and all the other shows. You'll see him next week on the 22nd of April. That's Johnny's Train Talk Show. That's where you can come down to the general store there, the old hobby shop / general store, pull a soda pop out of the cooler, sit down and talk trains. Talk trains. And that's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Thursday, the 22nd. Railroad Empires will be back soon. They're in the planning stages of getting their shows together. And we are like I said earlier, talking to Bill Baronic and to Miles Hale. And we should be coming soon with another show of theirs on track planning and building. Oh, I would think about coming on if you want to see my layout. I would be glad to show it and talk about it. Nancy and the Spirit of Colorado Railroad and Scala. Well, thank you, Nancy. And please reach out to me to bill@modelrailroadinglive.com and send me your particular information where I can reach you as well. And I'd be more than happy to get together with you and set up a date, and we could do that. Greatly appreciate that. There you go. We're working. We're getting it together. Thank you, Nancy. Please, I'd love to talk to you on the Who's Big Bill Talking To. All right, guys, you take care. You be well. You be safe. But most of all, you be blessed. And we'll see you guys on the radio.